What's good? Today I'm gonna be trying out something a little bit different, and I want to give a shout out to What a Ghoul Wants, Haunted Hippie, and Royal Horror. Those are three other great horror content creators on YouTube that already do videos like this monthly. I was like, in January I kind of wanted to do it, but then I just didn't have much time for it. And I know like if I do it once, I have to do it every single month. And then I was like, maybe I should just start next year in January, but I was like, no! There's no fucking time to waste, alright? Years don't mean shit. If you want to do something, do it now. Don't wait to make your New Year resolution. Do it now. Wow, I didn't expect this video to be so motivational already, but now let's talk movies. I started this month, February 1st. Of course. Where else would I start? With Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Now, I love this movie. It's one of my all-time favorites. If you've ever kind of like viewed my Letterboxd, which for some reason you fucking creep, you know that I don't rate movies that highly overall. Overall, it's usually like 3.5 stars or 4 stars or 3 stars. Halloween 3 Season of the Witch is one of those movies I've rated 4.5 stars. And I liked it. I gave it a little heart because fucking love this film, man. It's like a Tales from the Crypt movie in the 80s. It's a fun story, man. I love it. It's one of my all-time favorites. February 2nd, I watched Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Now this one is really good. This is one of the better Halloween sequels, I would say. Aesthetic-wise and in terms of vibe and atmosphere, this one is really good. And me and my good friend Connor from Dutch Horror, we always talk about the opening credits. Like that's, yeah, the amazing credits, for real. Daniel Harris is amazing. And that ending, wow, I love it. Then I watched Cursed. Now, I had this on DVD for a long time. A couple months ago, I bought like 148 DVDs for like 50 euros, and this one was in it. I knew Wes Craven directed it, and I thought it was decent. It had some shitty CGI, and overall it was kind of bland, and to be honest, I don't remember too much from it. 3 stars. I also rewatched Scream 2 because I was gonna be seeing the new Scream in theater, which I did a vlog for, so if you want to check that out, right over there, motherfucker. Check it out. And Scream 2 is a fun sequel. Like, I can't stress enough how bad the canteen scene is. Like, what the fuck is that? What is this, a fucking musical? What are you doing? Get off the fucking table, man. If I were to do that, or anyone in my school were to do that, they get bullied shitless. So don't do that shit. Don't pull that shit, man. It's not fucking cool or funny or stop. 3.5 stars. Oh man, I don't know how many movies I've rated 5 stars, but I think only 4 movies. Maniac Cop 2 is one of them, baby. I fucking love this film so much. This film is awesome. This is aesthetically and atmospherically one of the best movies I've ever seen. I love the 80s New York vibe in this movie. The Maniac Cop is one of the greatest slashers of all time. And this is potentially the best horror sequel ever, in my own opinion, obviously. 5 stars and a heart, baby. Then I watched 1408, 1408, whatever you want to fucking call it. The Hotel movie. This movie was really trippy. Me and Connor from Dutch Horror again, we watched it together. Sort of like we started it at the same time, and then we were just texting while watching it. He already had seen it. I hadn't seen it yet. This was a first time watch for me, and I really liked it. I thought it was really crazy at some points, and it had some really cool visuals. Overall, it had some forgettable stuff, and maybe it was a bit bland at times, but it was a good time. And this is one I'd watch, you know, maybe with some friends or something. It was a fun movie. It was a trippy movie, for sure. 3.5 stars. Oh, and then I watched Wolf with Jack Nicholson. This movie was amazing. What can I tell you? It was Jack Nicholson jumping around as a wolf for, I don't know, an hour and a half. It was so much fucking fun. Shit flew by. I loved it. It had some really great practical effects too. And I thought the story was just intriguing and a lot of fun. And there were some weirdly funny moments. Like sometimes the writing was just better than it deserved to be, quite honestly. I highly recommend checking out this film. Maybe it's a bit anticlimactic, but other than that, I had a lot of fun. 4 stars. Scream 3. What can I tell you? Worst Scream. I don't like this one. It's boring. 1.5 star. Sorry, not sorry. Scream 4. I love this one. I always have so much fun with this film. This film has such a nice pacing. I love the new characters. I love some of the kills. I love the ending. The ending is great, I think. I love the killer reveal. This is one of my favorite Scream movies. Out of the 5. What a fucking idiot. Why did I say that? Well, I mean, it's my second favorite probably. 4 stars. And then I watched the new Scream. I really dug this one too. I predicted the killer, which was Well, one of them. Spoiler alert, but there are two. Which if you haven't seen it but now, what the fuck are you doing here? Get out. Out. Go watch it now. Out. But other than that, I had a fun time with it, and it was a great love letter to Wes Craven. I read this post the other day of someone saying their friend was like, why is this movie dedicated to Wes Hicks? Like the character Wes in the film. I thought that was so funny. Because at the end you have 4 Wes, just like at the party, 4 Wes in the movie, and come on, that's fucking hilarious. Anyways, 4 stars. Arachnid. Now this was a fucking weird B-movie spider film flick. I really had a good time with it. It had some really bad CGI, especially at the beginning. Other than that, it was just a fun film, and you know, something I kind of threw on and had going in the background. You know, it's not one of my favorite B-movies, but I really dug it. I mean, what's there to it? What's there to say critically? Like, you know, the character development isn't up to my standards, nor my expectations. Get out of here. It's Arachnid. 3.5 stars. Then I rewatched Paranormal Activity. I watched it with my grandparents. They didn't get a heart attack. They really dug it, so that was nice. And I felt like this time it was a bit more boring than the last time I saw it. I mean, the last time I saw it was when I did that reaction, and it scared the shit out of me. This time, you know, it was more boring. It's not too rewatchable. 3.5 stars though. Another spider movie, Arachnophobia. I thought this was fucking boring, man. You know, maybe I went in with the wrong expectations. I was thinking it would be like Arachnid, kind of like a B horror movie, but this was like a fucking kids film. And like, what's Steven Spielberg's company again? Like Amblin Entertainment worked on this, which was weird. I didn't like this one too much. It had some fun moments, but yeah, 2.5 stars. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. This was slow as fuck and so boring. I really wanted to like this film. I don't know why, but like just the DVD release I have is really cool. And I think the artwork is nice, and like I just really like remakes from the time period, but this just didn't do it for me. And besides some cool visuals, there wasn't much to this. So yeah, 2.5 stars. The dreaded new Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. I fucking love this film. It's Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. What did you expect? Had some cool killing, had some shitty characters. I mean, obviously, the original has shitty characters. I feel like some people are too critical to this movie. On the other hand, I'm not a gatekeeping asshole. If you didn't like this but do like the original, even though the original has shitty characters too, go do that. I love this one. I love the original too, but this one has so many cool kills and great cinematography. The sound design is really weird though. Like there's a moment where there's a car coming and it's like supposed to be this fake jump scare, and the engine starts roaring out of nowhere, you know? It's like, come on, that's just stupid. Besides that, really enjoyed it. 4 stars. I also watched the 1989 Punisher film for the first time. I thought it was fun at times, but also kind of weird and bland. Sort of like a 60s James Bond movie, but made in the 80s and with the Punisher. And I don't know how I feel about this. Let's just say Thomas Jane is still my Punisher. And this movie was, you know, whatever. Maybe I'll watch it again someday. Maybe I won't. We'll see. But it had some really fun moments, so, you know, 3 stars. Then I rewatched the all-time greatest, Shining. It's not my favorite of all time, but it's one of the all-time greatest. Let's just fucking face it, alright? This was fantastic to rewatch. I hadn't rewatched this in a long time for some reason, but rewatching it was such a joy again. Jack Nicholson is my hero. You're my hero, man. I love you. Amazing set pieces, amazing cinematography, amazing music, acting. I love it. 4.5 stars. And a motherfucking heart. Then I watched Borgman. This is a Dutch film directed by Alex van Warmerdam, who I actually met once, and he's a fantastic director. If you want to get into foreign film and specifically Dutch film, I really recommend all of his movies. This one really has that art house feel to it, and it's really trippy and weird. And if you like open endings and movies that confuse you and kind of don't shove all the info in your face, and you can, you know, enjoy, have a good time. If you like movies that make you think and really let you connect the dots yourself, watch this film. I had to watch this film for school for film analysis. It's definitely tough to like analyze this film and figure out like what exactly is it about, and it makes you think. You'll be thinking a couple days about this film after you watch it, that's for sure. 4 stars. Then I watched Antebellum, and I thought this was a fun movie. It was weird because I was like, is this Is there a time jump or whatever? I didn't see anyone talk about this. I didn't talk to anyone about this movie. I interviewed the DP of this film, Pedro Luque. I didn't even ask him about this film because I was too interested in Don't Breathe 1+2, which he also worked on. But the cinematography is fantastic in this film, not to do ass kissing to Pedro, but you did a good job, man. But I thought the thing where you think it's time jump, but then it's not. Like, am I just dumb? Were you supposed to know that it was some fucking fucked up slavery field? I don't know, but I didn't see it coming, and I thought it was a good twist, and I really enjoyed this film, so 3.5 stars. Then I watched Scarecrow Slayer. This movie is, what can I tell you, a masterpiece. This one is, I mean, dumb fun. Go check this film out. It's like early 2000s, straight to DVD, horror garbage dumped all over your face. And it's amazing. Go out there and watch them. They're fucking hilarious and awesome. So yeah, 3.5 stars. Then Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2. The intro is fantastic. It's really meta, again. It's still kind of trying to pretend like the Blair Witch Project is real and it really did happen. I thought that was amazing. But then the movie kind of takes a U-turn to me, because then all of a sudden you're like, what the fuck is this acting? Like, the acting in the news was better than these main characters, you know? So I was like, you know what? I can't expect this movie to be as mysterious and scary as the first one. So let's just sit back and enjoy this god-awful ride. And I gotta be honest, with that mindset, it's still a fun watch. It's nowhere near as good as the first one. It's decent, you know? 3 stars. Then I rewatched The Hitcher, the remake, and I found myself enjoying this one way more than I did last time. I mean, last time I really dug it, but this time I loved it even more, and maybe that's because I haven't seen the original in a really long time. I mean, it's definitely one of the better horror movie remakes out there. It's suspenseful, it's fun, and I love how it modernizes the original Hitcher movie, takes stuff from that original film, puts it in there, and also adds some new stuff, some new fresh stuff, and yeah, I loved it. I had a great time with this yet again. So 4 stars for The Hitcher. Then, for the first time in my life, I watched Halloween Resurrection. And I must be honest, I fucking loved it. Why are you all hating on this film? It's such a fun slasher film. I know it might not be a good Halloween film, you know, because it doesn't have the atmosphere and it's not as scary as the first one, but neither is Halloween H2O, nor Halloween 4, nor Halloween 5, especially not Halloween 5, but it's a fun watch. Halloween Resurrection is a fun fucking watch. I had a blast with this film. You should watch this film as an early 2000s slasher and not as a Halloween masterpiece, because it won't be. No Halloween film will ever be a Halloween masterpiece like the first one again. Probably. I love Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills. I'm not taking away any credit to those films. But if you want a fun watch with Michael Myers killing some kids, watch Halloween Resurrection. It's fun, man. Don't take it too seriously. And I know that they kill off Jamie Lee Curtis and that sucks and it's bad. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. 3.5 stars. And then the final film I watched in February was Sin City, A Dame to Kill For. I thought visually this was just as good as the original. However, story-wise and character-wise, it wasn't. I feel like there are way better character arcs in the original. You know, just overall the original is more well put together, I guess, because it's kind of a mess in terms of all these different storylines going on, but I feel like it was handled a bit better in the first one. But I had a good time with this. I enjoyed it and I'll watch it again someday. So 3.5 stars. Those were all the movies I watched in February. Maybe I'll do this again in March. I'll see how this one goes. If you want to see more content, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. I always reply to every single comment. In the outro, you can see my most recent upload, as well as an upload recommended just for you. So check it out right now.